John Bolton is a familiar name in Washington circles. Known for his hawkish foreign policy views, Bolton served as the national security advisor to Donald Trump, albeit briefly, during his first term as president. Their relationship has been publicly contentious, marked by disagreements on key issues like Iran and North Korea. In 2019, Trump fired Bolton via Twitter, citing strong disagreements on policy. Bolton, however, claimed he had offered to resign. This public spat highlighted the volatile nature of Trump's decision-making and his discomfort with advisors who challenged his views. Bolton wasn't one to stay silent after his departure. He became a vocal critic of Trump's foreign policy decisions, further straining their already fraught relationship. He even went so far as to publish a tell-all book, The Room Where It Happened, detailing his time in the Trump administration. The book painted a picture of a chaotic and dysfunctional White House, further fueling the narrative of Trump's impulsive leadership style. Despite their tumultuous history, Trump, in a move that surprised many, brought Bolton back into the fold in 2025. The reasons for this unexpected reunion remained unclear, though some speculated it was a strategic maneuver to consolidate his base ahead of the 2024 election. However, the reunion proved to be short-lived. On May 1, 2025, Trump once again dismissed Bolton, reigniting questions about Trump's judgment and the stability of his administration, even a year into his second term. The timing of Bolton's second dismissal raised eyebrows across Washington. It came as Trump was gearing up for his 2024 presidential campaign, a period when presidents typically seek to project stability and unity within their administration. The dismissal, announced via a terse press release, cited irreconcilable differences but provided no further details. This lack of transparency only fueled speculation and kept the rumor mill churning. Some analysts saw the dismissal as a sign of Trump's growing insecurity about his re-election prospects. With his approval ratings hovering around record lows and several challengers emerging from both within his party and across the aisle, Trump might have been feeling the pressure to shake things up and project an image of strength and decisiveness. Others interpreted the move as a calculated attempt to appease his base. By removing a figure known for his hawkish views, Trump might have been trying to signal a pivot towards a more isolationist foreign policy, a stance that resonated with a significant portion of his supporters. Whatever the reason, the suddenness and lack of clarity surrounding Bolton's dismissal only added to the perception of chaos and unpredictability that had come to define Trump's presidency. The timing of Bolton's dismissal, just months before the start of the 2024 primaries, inevitably fueled speculation about its connection to Trump's campaign strategy. Was this a calculated move to appease a specific faction within the Republican Party? Or was it a sign of internal turmoil within the Trump camp? Bolton's hawkish foreign policy stances, particularly his hardline stance on Iran, were never fully aligned with Trump's America First agenda. While Trump had campaigned on a platform of reducing foreign entanglements, Bolton consistently advocated for a more assertive military posture on the world stage. This dissonance in foreign policy outlook might have created friction within the administration, ultimately leading to Bolton's ouster. Furthermore, Bolton's departure could be seen as a way for Trump to distance himself from some of the more controversial foreign policy decisions made during his first term. By removing a figure closely associated with those decisions, Trump might be attempting to rebrand himself as a more pragmatic and less ideologically driven leader. However, it's also possible that Bolton's dismissal was less about policy and more about personality. Trump has a history of clashing with strong-willed advisors who challenge his worldview. Bolton, with his decades of experience in Washington and his unwavering confidence in his own judgment, might have simply become too independent and outspoken for Trump's liking. The fallout from Bolton's dismissal was immediate and far-reaching. International allies, already wary of Trump's unpredictable foreign policy, were left to wonder about the implications of Bolton's departure. Would this signal a shift towards a more isolationist America? Or was it simply another example of the internal chaos that seemed to plague the Trump administration? Domestically, the response was equally divided. Trump's supporters largely applauded the decision, viewing Bolton as a warmonger who had been an obstacle to Trump's America First agenda. Critics, on the other hand, expressed concern that Bolton's departure would leave the country vulnerable at a time of heightened global instability. As for Bolton himself, he wasted no time in making his displeasure known. In a series of fiery interviews and op-eds, he accused Trump of putting his own political interests ahead of national security. He also hinted at explosive revelations to come, suggesting that his upcoming book would shed further light on the inner workings of the Trump White House. Whether Bolton's departure will have a lasting impact on American foreign policy remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain, his sudden and unceremonious dismissal serves as a stark reminder of the volatile and unpredictable nature of the Trump presidency.